Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy TJ Pedro, and I'm back with another video. And today we are going to be doing the all-time dream team, the best players at every single position of all time, at least in my opinion. If you guys disagree with anything on this list, and I think there will be a few disputes on this list, comment down below who you think you would have put at that certain position. But without further ado, because this will be another long video, let's just get right into it. So for our first player, we've got the catcher position, and I've got to go with my boy Yogi Berra. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to list off the credentials, the percentage stats, and then counting stats. So like I'll list off how many all-star appearances, MVPs, etc. First, put off average, on-base percentage, OPS, all that stuff, and then the home runs, RBIs, and hits. So now let's get right into it. So Yogi Berra had 18-time All-Star, 3-time MVP, 10-time World Series champion, and of course he is a Hall of Famer. He had a .285 batting average with a .348 on-base percentage, which equated out to an .830 OPS, had a 59.5 WAR with 358 home runs, 1,430 RBIs, and 2,150 hits. Yogi Berra, best catcher of all time. This was close between him and Piazza, but again, somewhat of a Yankee bias, but he just had an incredible career, had a ton of success. Those World Series champions were mostly attributed to him. So Yogi Berra, welcome to the Pedro Dream Team. Second up, I looked it up, and I know he played a lot of positions. He played left field, he played third base, but he played most of his games at first base, and that is Pete Rose. He was a one-time MVP, he was Rookie of the Year, 17-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion, 2-time Gold Glover, he was a Silver Slugger, World Series MVP, 3-time batting champ, and he's also the hit king. He had a .303 batting average with 375 on base percentage, which equated out to a 784 OPS. Not much of a power guy. 79.7 WAR, had 160 homers, 1,314 RBIs, and 4,256 hits. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. If the Astros players will make the Hall of Fame, Pete Rose should be in. What he did was far less egregious. There's also going to be another guy who's not in the Hall that should be later on in this list. But for now, Pete Rose, I'd like a guy with that type of contact. Most hits of all time. Why wouldn't he be on the list? Pete Rose, my first baseman on the Dream Team. Second base, we have got Jackie Robinson. He won the MVP, he won Rookie of the Year. He was a 6-time All-Star, he won the World Series in 1955. He was a batting champ, and of course he's a Hall of Famer. He had a .311 batting average with a .409 on-base percentage, which equated out to an .883 OPS, had a 61.7 WAR, 137 homers, 734 RBIs, 1,518 hits. This guy's impact was far greater than just the stats on the paper, as he was the first black Major League Baseball player, opened up the door to a ton of players. His impact is second to none to Major League Baseball. Jackie Robinson, of course, is my second baseman on this Dream Team. Moving on, we have got third base, and we chose Chipper Jones. He was an MVP, 8-time All-Star, won the World Series in 95, 2-time Silver Slugger, batting champ, and he is a Hall of Famer. .303 batting average, .401 on-base percentage, which equates to a .930 OPS, 85.3 WAR, had 468 homers, 1,623 RBIs, 2,726 hits. Man was a machine, one of the best switch hitters of all time. Chipper Jones is my third baseman on the Dream Team. And at shortstop, this may come as a little bit of a surprise to some of you. Honus Wagner is the shortstop of this team. He doesn't have much in the accolades section. He won the World Series in 1909. He was an 8-time batting champ, and he's a Hall of Famer. Had a .328 batting average, .391 on base percentage, which equated out to an .858 OPS. Had a 130.9 WAR. 101 homers with 1,732 RBIs, 3,420 hits. Honus Wagner, one of the most decorated shortstops, if not baseball players, of all time. Over 3,000 hits. Man had a 130.9 WAR. That is absolutely insane, and we will see a ton of insane WARs as we move on in this list. But one of the more unknown legends of baseball, because the thing he's most known for is the fact he has the rarest card of all time. Honus Wagner, welcome to the Dream Team. Now we're moving on to the outfield, as in left field, and here it is. Here's where I feel like I'm going to get a lot of dispute. Barry Bonds is in left field. 7-time MVP, 14-time All-Star, 8-time Gold Glove winner, 12-time Silver Slugger, 2-time batting champ, and a 3-time Major League Player of the Year. 298 batting average with a 444 on base percentage, equated out to a 1,051 OPS for his entire career. And he had a 162.8 WAR, 762 homers, 1,996 RBIs, and 2,935 hits. Barry Bonds is a top 3 player of all time, steroids or not. If you don't agree with me, comment down below why. To me, I feel like he did a lot of his damage before the steroids. He was not one of the leaders in the steroid game. He was forced into it. Barry Bonds deserves his respect. Again, I feel like steroids is less egregious than what the Astros did. Because if you ask all major league pitchers, they would rather face a juiced up guy than a guy who knows all their pitches. Barry Bonds still had to hit the ball. Still had to know what pitch was coming. Had a good eye at the plate. So Barry Bonds is my left fielder on this list. Next up, we've got the center fielder. And I went with a current guy, Mike Trout. The only current player on this list. Dude's going to be the best player of all time. Already has 3 MVPs in 9 seasons. He was the Rookie of the Year, 8-time All-Star, 7-time Silver Slugger, 2-time All-Star Game MVP, won a Major League Player of the Year, and one of the only players on this list to win the Wilson Overall Defensive Player of the Year. Has a .305 batting average, .419 on base percentage, which equates out to a 1,000 OPS for his entire career. Has already a 72.8 WAR in only 9 seasons. 285 homers, 752 RBIs with 1,324 hits. Mike Trout will be the GOAT when it's all said and done, barring anything catastrophic. Mike Trout is the center fielder of the Dream Team, and in right field we have got the Sultan of SWAT, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth won an MVP. He's a 2-time All-Star, 7-time World Series champion. He has a batting title. What I thought was most interesting is he has an ERA title. In 1916, he had a 1.75 ERA that season, and he's of course a Hall of Famer. 342 batting average with a 474 on base percentage, which equates out to a 1,164 OPS. Has 182.5 WAR, and his career ERA was 2.28. 714 home runs, 2,214 RBIs, 2,873 hits. Babe Ruth can do it all, and do it all at an elite level. Babe Ruth is my right fielder for this list. Next up, we have got the DH of this team. As yes, I'm a Yankee fan, so of course we're going to have a DH, because screw the NL rules that say you have to you have to hit with a pitcher. I really hate that, but let me not get off track here. Edgar Martinez is the DH of this team. 7-time All-Star, 5-time Silver Slugger, 2-time batting champ, and of course he's a Hall of Famer. 312 batting average, 418 on base percentage, which equates out to a 933 OPS. With a 68.4 WAR, has 309 home runs, 1,261 RBIs, and 2,247 hits. Edgar Martinez didn't get the respect he deserves as a DH. He is the best DH of all time. Edgar Martinez, welcome to the Dream Team. And now we're getting in to the pitchers, as we have got the starter on this team, which again might come as a surprise to most of you. It's going to be Walter Johnson. Walter Johnson is a 2-time MVP, 3-time Triple Crown at the pitcher position. He was a World Series champ in 1924, 5-time ERA champ. He's a Hall of Famer. Has a 2.17 ERA for his career, a 1.061 WHIP, and 164.5 WAR. 164 WAR. That's insane. 417 wins and 3,509 strikeouts. Walter Johnson was a man before his time. He is the starting pitcher on the team. And of course, to cap off the team, we have got the relief pitcher / closer, as it is obviously going to be the best bullpen pitcher of all time, Mariano Rivera. 13-time All-Star, 5 times World Series champion, World Series MVP, ALCS MVP, All-Star Game MVP, and 5 times Rolaids Reliever of the Year. I've never heard of some of these awards before. I didn't know Wilson came up with a Defensive Player of the Year. I did not know Rolaids had a Reliever of the Year. But these are the only guys to do it, so I thought I'd add it in. 2.21 ERA with a 1 WHIP, 56.3 WAR as a closer. 652 saves with 1,173 strikeouts. Mariano Rivera, the most dominant reliever of all time. He will take up our spot as the closer on this team. So to cap things off, we have got Yogi Berra, Pete Rose, Jackie Robinson, Chipper Jones, Honus Wagner, Barry Bonds, Mike Trout, Babe Ruth, Walter Johnson, Edgar Martinez, and Mariano Rivera as our dream team. Let me know what you guys think about this list down in the comments below. Who would you change on this list? I really want to know. There were a few guys on this list that were tough. Like starting pitcher, that was tough. Center field was tough. I was going back and forth between Willie Mays and Mike Trout, but I guess recency biased with me had to come into play. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you did, leave a like down below. If you're new here, hit that sub button. I am on my way to 200 subs. I need your help to get there, so help me to get there by hitting that sub button and click that notification so you never miss another video. I'm going to try and get you as much content as I can while we are without baseball. Hopefully it comes back soon. So if you want it to come back soon, leave a like down below, and I'm out of here. Peace!